Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
Are you a little witch? Come on. Bite it. Bite it. Bite it. It's attacking you. She's all mouth. If you give me the camera, because I'm crazy enough to get close enough. Zoom out. Yeah, she's all attitude. Oops. Alright. Taipans are not really meant to be played with. Towards the 1-month-old Papuan Taipan that was hatched here. Unfortunately, it was only one hatched out of a dozen eggs. I don't know why that was, but unfortunately that's the reality of the situation. All this. Hi, girlie. Huh? She's getting used to me. Oh, you hit it? Did you hit it? I'm sorry, I blinked. Come on. Come on. There we go. That's the right attitude, huh? That's the right position. She's still very skittish, folks. It's amazing that something that size could kill me and very certainly hospitalize me. You know, in this one I am really lucky. She started feeding on her own, so I didn't even have to force feed her or anything bad like that. Because when you wrap your fingers around a little tiny, very quick snake like that, it's very, very easy to lose control of the situation and end up taking a bite. But as you can see, she's a very good feeder. And she's been chowing down from about the point of 2 weeks after her departure from her egg. The first week was composed of her postnatal shed, and once that was done, I offered her food, and she sort of took to it right away. Of course, this is a female, and food is the only thing on their mind right now. She's chowing down. I am going to offer the viperkeeper over here, the female, another meal. I'm not so worried about her spitting. The male, on the other hand, is sometimes a little fire hose. Are you ready for another, huh? That's all you're going to get. Okay, so the whole mouth is occupied and going pretty well. And as you can see, Miss Taipan is chowing down. Now I'll give her 2 of those. And today is Thursday. I'll give her 2 more. Sunday. And then I think she's on her own until I get back from a trip. As I keep reminding everybody, pinkies are 87% water, so it's you need a lot of them in order to get a good nutritional load for your animal. You go ahead and swallow that. Oh, you got a little something in your mouth, huh? Now, once again, somebody asked me about substrate getting caught in their mouth and their digestive tract, and you know, they don't have somebody with a pair of forceps handy to pull substrate out of their mouth in the wild, so snakes have survived and evolved for 63 million plus years without a snake keeper trying to figure out how to pull something out of a little venomous snake's mouth without getting bit. Huh? Here you go. Here you go, that's the back of the head, that's what you want. No, you're too low. You're too low, but I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to argue with you. My friend David Williams in New Guinea has treated well over 1,000 of these Papuan Taipan snake bites. And David has this profound statement, is Taipans don't start arguments, they finish them. So we don't argue with Taipans here in this place because the Commonwealth polyvalent doesn't work effectively on their venom, and it takes a larger quantity to counteract the bite. That's why David, in conjunction with the University of Costa Rica, have made a custom antivenin for Papuan snakes, because the importation of the Commonwealth antivenin is very price prohibitive, and well, it's not that effective, so you have to use more of it. Well, you got them, you got that one all reversed, huh? I don't know how they do it. Their scales, you know, wick water out of the water dish. So if part of them is in the water dish, it wicks the water out of the dish, and then all the substrate gets really wet. So she's got a little sort of dry area back there. And it's right back near the hot spot. These guys are very head shy, so I don't know if she's going to let me get close enough to extract substrate. That was successful. Is that better, huh? In all the years I've been keeping snakes, I've only had a problem with a piece of substrate once, in a young Protobothrops xanthomelis, and I was able to use a tool just like this to reach all the way down the length of its body and remove the offending piece of bark, which was actually sideways in the lower end, and had it been lengthwise it would have probably got out all by itself. Okay, are you happy camper now, huh? Okay. Oh, that's nice. Would you like me to try to get those little pieces of substrate? Huh? The last thing I want to do is make her go berserk. Huh? Hi, yeah, that's the thing that holds the mice. Alright, well, I'm not going to tempt fates. There we go. Oh, that's sweet, huh? Is that tasty? Good for you. Okay, so we'll put her in there, and we put a peg on this one, unlike the others, for safety reasons, just to remind you that, you know, you're pulling out something special out of that drawer. Okay, it's time to feed this little girl. Hello. Hello. Well, that didn't take very long. Oh, you've got a healthy appetite. Look at you go, huh? Alright, don't worry about the camera. It's not going to bother you. Go ahead. I'm not likely to bother you either. They're very, very suspicious when their mouth is full and their fangs are offline, which is their, of course, primary means of defense. Now, true, if some predator tried to bite and kill it, the predator would lose the battle shortly after winning the battle with the baby Taipan, because the predator would be envenomated and probably die, depending on the size of the predator and the species. But most predators understand and can size up their prey pretty well, and as David Williams has said, Taipans don't start fights, they finish them. And this is absolutely true. They do have an absolutely unbelievable feeding response. They're perhaps the most dangerous thing for me to feed in the lair, bar none. The mambas are tricky, but nobody is as fast as a taipan. Well, unless you have an eastern brown, which I don't have right now. It's okay, go ahead and eat. I suppose I should, sorry folks, I suppose I should grab something else to have ready when you finish that. You think? I know she's going to be looking for another and probably a third. Okay, take your time, no rush. What? You want this already? Huh? You want this already? Okay, you killed it. You killed it. Here. Come on. Alright, don't. Alright, alright. I'm not going to fight you over it. Here, you can have it. Here. No, we're not doing Taipan cam. I didn't give you permission to do that. Here. There you go. Go ahead and eat it. You had it correct. Go ahead. You had to investigate the camera, huh? Is that what the deal was? Come on. Come on, that's the head. There you go. Taipan's key on movement. So it's important to try to hold very, very still and not wind them up because they will key on you as the target, and believe me, you don't want to be their target. Their venom has what I call the triple whammy. It has neurotoxins, both pre and post-synaptic neurotoxins. It has myotoxins, and then it has hemorrhagens. And it's the hemorrhagens that give David the most trouble when he's treating snake bites in Papua New Guinea with Commonwealth polyvalent type or Commonwealth Taipan antivenom, is because the Papuan taipans have been on their own and off the mainland for quite some time, millions of years sort of time, and their venom has evolved and changed and the mainland taipan isn't quite effective. And this is why the fellow that was bitten by the Papuan taipan on 9/11 of all days, they basically broke the antivenin bank, giving him antivenin, Commonwealth polyvalent, to treat his bite, because it wasn't stopping the coagulopathy that the taipan's venom induced. And they had to fly in under military fighter escort antivenin from the San Diego Zoo. They treated him successfully and such. Now David has been working with ICP, which is the Costa Rican university / company that produces high quality antivenin. David's got a taipan specific antivenin that is of lower cost than the Commonwealth antivenin and highly effective because it's made with Papuan taipan venom, and ICP does a marvelous job at creating antivenins, and the people of Papua New Guinea finally have something to stop the carnage of the number of deaths due to snake bite, primarily taipans. There's a few death adders, but a lot of times, death adder bites, if you just keep somebody on a respirator for a while, their body will overcome the venom eventually and be able to, recover and such. It's a whole different entity when you've got a taipan with a triple whammy, because the death adder only has pre and postsynaptic neurotoxins, not the triple whammy. So it's the deck is stacked against you with taipan. Come on, you don't have to kill it. Oh, although you just did again and again. Come on, I gave it to you in the right place. Here. Come on. Okay, I'm going to let go because I'm not going to argue with you. You can figure it out. Huh? You can figure it out. Aren't you a cutie, huh? You going to drag that to the back, huh? You going to drag that to the back? Yeah, I'm scared. This will be the only baby taipan that's hatched here at the lair till probably 2018 or so, because the female, bred for the past 2 years. I'm going to give her a year off and not breed her. I don't like to turn my animals into breeding machines just for the hell of it. There is a demand for baby taipans or Papuan taipans, period, but I don't care. I'm not going to wear out my animal just to satisfy that market, and there isn't a whole lot of people that I trust with these or even have antivenin on hand, at least to get started, even with the Commonwealth antivenin from Australia. We don't have access to the ICP antivenin for Papua New Guinea. We might be able to get some, sort of a stock overrun or something, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. You taking a breather, huh? I've been feeding her once a week. Maybe I should be feeding her twice a week, but I don't want her to grow too fast. You know, these guys definitely need a dedicated professional grade cage and need a trap box to safely work with, although they very seldom go in their trap box for whatever reason. That's the problem with trap boxes. Some snakes love them, like the forest cobra. He's almost inseparable from the trap box. He loves his. The Jamison mambas, the Jamesonii love their trap box. Nobody else does. That's just the way it is. I don't know how she got her cage so wet. She managed to empty her water dish somehow. Is that a little tough, a little bit more difficult meal for you, huh? Yeah, I gave you the bigger one last, because now everything's all sort of lubed and everything else. Okay, I'm gonna let you go and digest your meal, and we'll visit with you another day.